What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. The situation with Andrew Tate, many of you guys know, has kind of gotten a little out of hand. And that is because Andrew Tate, for the most part, is hated almost everywhere. Now, I do understand that Mr. Andrew Tate definitely has his fans. People like him, but it's so bad that like the countries that are developed in the first world don't even want him there. When he came back to Florida, the governor of Florida, they were trying to get him out. I believe it was Ron DeSantis. They're trying to get these guys out of there. He's back in England and they're bringing up charges on him, okay? And so all of the facade that he's built for himself, the money, the scamming, all of that has kind of fallen on deaf ears. He's still going through it in Romania, and he doesn't really have a lot of where to go. He doesn't really have many places in which he can go, all right? And of course, you have his fan base. It's one thing, but then now there's everything else. And so he went viral just yesterday, a few hours ago, and he tried to say this.
The girl who initially accused my brother and I of human trafficking 3.5 years ago has just admitted to DCAW that she was paid in advance before she made the police report, $100,000 to make the report, and the money came from a USAID-funded NGO designed to combat human trafficking. Why would you pay somebody before they make a police report $100,000 to combat human trafficking unless you were actually trying to set us up? She then admits that after she took the money, she flew here, made the police report, and after only 3 days in Romania, she was flown to the south of France. The flights, hotels, and budget for her stay there was all paid for by the same NGO. And we have the paperwork.
Now, this is something I find interesting. Firstly, Mr. Andrew Tate is saying that he was set up. He has evidence. Breaking news. Of course, we never seen such evidence that he's talking about. It was never posted. There were no screenshots. There's anything never to substantiate his claim. Okay. And so when I see something like this, I mean, here's an opportunity to get people talking about him again. Here's an opportunity to, what I would think is lying. Because if he had this information, you would definitely share it. I would never get out there and say the person was lying on me and it wasn't, especially if I felt like I could use this in the court of law. I wouldn't break it out to the public. Why would I do that? Okay, I would use it to my advantage. But this is what Andrew Tate is going to remember.
So Andrew Tate and his brother are facing rape charges. There are 10 charges in total: bodily harm, human trafficking, and controlling. Now, I knew these brothers back in the day when I was about 16, 17. And honestly, I saw this coming. Money can't talk forever and you can't hide forever. And the truth will always prevail. It will always surface no matter what. So my heart goes out to all the females affected in this. All the strong women that have raised their voice to speak on this and speak against them. Because we will not be silenced anymore. The divine feminine is rising.
Now, whether Mr. Tate knows or not, this is what people remember, whether you are innocent or not, okay? Whether you're innocent or not. Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. All of us know about O.J. Simpson, right? And the reality of O.J. Simpson. I'm mentioning that because Andrew Tate is part black. Whether he wants to, believe that he is, I know he talks about sometimes, but he's part black, and that's a key factor here. O.J. Simpson was found not guilty of murder. He walked away a free man and was not able to participate in things at USC, all right? The university in which he helped win, I believe it was either the Heisman Trophy or the USC National Championship that year. He had a very close relationship, but it was the court of public opinion, okay? That was the court of public opinion which took him under. Not only the court of public opinion which took him under, but it is the court of public opinion that will take all men under. Andrew Tate, right? We got to understand what world we live in. Okay? I understand that We all have our own versions of opinions or our thoughts, but the moment you put them out there on the internet, and then if you have some level of what they consider sex trafficking, it ain't gotta be right. You're done forever. Nobody wants to live next to an Andrew Tate, be associated with an Andrew Tate. What people are gonna always say is, this guy is untouchable, he's a bum, he's a scammer, he hurts women. It don't matter if it comes back not guilty, because the court of public opinion already made you guilty. If you could prove it, you would. But men gotta understand that. You gotta understand that if you are involved in pimping or webcam prostitution and you're a person that has a big mouth and you're spreading your opinions across the internet, you can say that somebody's hating on them. That's not hating, all right? Any generation would dislike a guy like that. And if you're involved in that kind of lifestyle, then what I would think is, if you are a person that is an online pimp or whatever, and maybe it's legal in Romania, I don't know, I would shut up about it. If that was the case, okay? I would shut up. I would literally be quiet and not say anything, okay? Why don't you do that? Why can't you be quiet? Why can't you go ahead on and do something else? But you're not. So you want to prove your innocence and be accepted back into regular society? That's it. And I think that men, we got to understand where we want to be in society. And it wasn't until later in my life, last like 5 or 6 years, I thought about, what kind of life do I want to live for myself, okay? I can do anything that I want, okay? And I can go around talking about my opinions or doing things because I can, and then not think about, consequentially, people may not want me living in their neighborhood, all right? People might not want me going to their stores or going to their churches, or don't want me around in their country. Like, that's something that you gotta think about. And as I got older, I thought about those things. Many of those things I don't want to do like Andrew Tate in the first place. So that was just normal on a personal decision. But before you start thinking about what you want to say in how you want to live your life, take a deep breath. And we've all made these mistakes about how you want to be perceived. Because you might say, I don't care what somebody thinks, but the world is all about what somebody thinks. It's important that people think of you in a certain way. They don't have to like you, but they don't need to think about you as a threat to society. That's very important. That's the last thing that you want, is somebody to look at you and say, you know what? We have women that live here. You know what? My mother, I'm thinking about protecting my mother. Look, I have a daughter. I have a wife. Then people start playing the black card. Oh, well, he's a black. See, this is what these black guys do. He's not even really white. He's a black dude. Now, once you get there, it's all bad. And again, we don't think about things like this. Sometimes before we start running our mouth and just start saying anything that don't make sense, instead of sitting back and thinking about, well, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't say that. Maybe I should just shut up. Maybe what I think is not important. Maybe showing off my wealth is not important. Maybe that would be a great thing for me to just go somewhere and just sit my ass down somewhere and be okay with that. Why can't I just go and do that? Maybe I should do that. And maybe if I were to do that, I would be okay in life. Because I don't have to go around telling everybody what I think, because nobody cares. And now that they care, it takes away from everything that I want to do well in life. Instead of me just doing what I got to do and just being under the radar or whatever I'm doing, whether it's legal or illegal, and just going on the road that way. Nope. I can't do that because I got to be seen. I got to be heard. Okay, well, now you're seen and heard, Mr. Andrew. You got what you want. You got the world's attention on you. The world's attention is on you now, bro. Like, you got that. You got that honest, man. Like, now people are really concerned about what you got to say every day. They want to know now. And they want to know where you at. They want to know where you're going to be. And when you come there, it's so many people, like, at least right now, I'm dusty and down bad. If I want to go to some place, I can go to some place and it's all good, right? I don't have to worry about, somebody, bothering me. But if I was Andrew Tate, you would have people, it's like, oh no, he can't come to our country. We don't want him here. We don't need him here. He does this, that, and the third to women. We can't have him here. He's terrible. Is that what you want? I'm just saying, is that what you want? So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.